Hey everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demo in Des Moines, Iowa. I'm here every Tuesday night with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi everybody.
We love it when you come. Thank you for coming back again this week. So much fun. Can I have the comments over here? I love being able to chat with people. Steve thinks maybe he should just chat with people though.
Yeah. I think that maybe I do the chatting with people while she makes cards.
Look at this.
That's what we do.
Crafty Span from the UK is Anna, but she gets called Span. So welcome. We're so glad you're here. What time is it there, by the way? Should you be sleeping? Bridget and Patty, Nancy Delaney, glad you're back from Arkansas. Holly, Vesta, Chris, and there Shirley. Linda Lace was first tonight. You guys, thanks for coming. Well, I have a super fun card for you. I'm going to make it just a little bit different than I did here. Have you seen, I'm sure you've seen the Humble Home. Here, I'm going to put this up a little bit. The Humble Home stamp set and punch. I got it right away and I just started playing with it and I do love it. Oh no, Kathy, did it snow some more in Colorado? Hello, Jeanne and Judy. Hi, Jasmine. Thanks for watching. Okay, this card, super fun, super easy. When I made it, though, I wanted to put some of this up on dimensionals, and I made the sides too wide. So I'm making another version tonight with a different version of the DSP and also a little smaller. And either are good. You can tell me which one you like when we get done. But as we're getting started, oh, I will show you quick what I used. A lot of people want to know this sentiment, may your days be merry. It's from the Decorative Trees right here. This red circle is the second largest of this Everyday Details dies. And don't be afraid of all the dots. I have this. And where did I put it? I use this. So every one of these holes is full of dots. And you just go like this. And voila, the dots are gone. Okay, I may be a little anal, but I poke out all the little dots before I put my dies back. Do you guys do that? Let me know in the comments. Do you put your dies back? See, they're all paperless. So, yeah. Do you know I did that, Steve, or is that weird?
If you think about it, when you need to use it again, then
you have to do it anyway, right. So you might as well do it then.
So it's better just to, get her done. That's kind of my philosophy on dishes, too, You know,
I'm really glad that's your philosophy on dishes, Steve. You go. You can get dishes done whenever you want.
When I'm cooking, I try and clean dishes as I go,
Oh, I totally do that. When I make a big dinner, I do not want to get up and do a bunch of dishes. Okay, so underneath this red circle, this might be overkill, but I like the details. I use the second largest of the stylish shapes. And then if you look really close, the edging shows up behind the red circles. And then this white layer here has the snowflake sky 3D embossing folder. This is carried over from last year. Great embossing folder. And then on our roof, we need shingles on our roof. So I did the Forever Plaid for the shingles on my roof. The other thing I did is I cut out the house in garden green, and then I can show you when I went to cut out the roof. I'm going to use one of my strips that I'm going to show you later. I just lined it up right like this along this bottom edge, and I just cut off the roof, and then I cut the chimney off. And then you just put the pieces together. Voila, right, Steve?
Well, that's it. This was a short video tonight.
Oh, all done. Okay, maybe not. So, yeah, and I have a bunch of cards. You guys, this Take a Bow, how do you say it? It's in low inventory right now. I'm debating, should I be buying this again? This is all I have left. I usually only use a quarter of a pack of everything. I use the whole pack of this. Just absolutely love it. The peppermints are coming back too, so be on the lookout for those. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I did, and there's a ton of graphics, Steve, and we did, you guys, if you've been following, Steve's birthday is complete. We are done with the couple weeks of birthday. We went to Galena and Dubuque this weekend, and we had a fabulous time. But on Sunday, he finally decided that we could be done birthdaying.
Partially because I couldn't stand to eat anything more than what I'd already eaten.
You might have to tell him what your treats were everywhere we went. But are you going to be able to do graphics and talk about your birthday?
I am.
Okay. This is the only part that I probably need to say a whole lot about it. But it's Granny Apple Green for the base. 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, just like a normal card. And then what I did is I just cut 1 inch down to the score line on each side, and then get rid of these pieces. And then you have your cards the way we're doing it. And then I mentioned on here they're wider, so we're going to do a skinnier version. So the next graphic is probably the red. What I did this time is I cut 2 red strips, and these are 3/4 of an inch by 4. And then I cut DSP, and I thought I'd try the polka dots again. I really kind of love polka dots. Oh, I love the plaid too. So tell me what you like. In this set of Take a Bow paper, do you like the polka dots, the candy cane stripes, the plaid?
I like the holly.
The holly, is that what you like the best? Oh my goodness, Kathy, 3 hours to get home. Kathy lives in the mountains of Colorado, and gosh, when there's an accident and on the snow, I imagine there's an accident a lot. We actually went on your roads, Kathy, when I tore my ACL and we were going to the emergency room doctor. We drove in a snowstorm on that, and
it was like it wasn't forecast, it was a snow squall that just kind of happened.
We thought we weren't in Iowa anymore. Hey, you guys, last week we picked our winner from the comments on YouTube. So we do that occasionally. Tonight we're doing a live winner. You're all alive. We're doing a winner before the broadcast is over. So put #Prize Patrol. Last week we picked one from the YouTube comments. And it was a new viewer. Her name is Lavon. How do you think you say that? Smajkol.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to say it. But please email me and tell me which of the cards you want. Okay.
And you also need her mailing address.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I actually just sent her a Facebook message before we got on. Okay, so did you catch up with me?
Yeah.
Okay, and then this center part is a basic white. I took garden green ink and I stamped the sentiment, and the sentiment is from Humble Home, from our house to yours. The heart is from the punch, so you get all kinds of things from this punch, but the heart is from there. And I'm just going to glue all this on, and then the polka dot layer on this one is on dimensionals. So while I'm doing that, do you want to mention some of your favorite things from the weekend?
So we went to Galena on Friday, and we went to all the shops in old downtown Galena.
And what's
along
Galena?
with
If they're not from Illinois,
a couple thousand of our new good friends that all packed in to want to go to these shops. And once again, I'm gonna confess, Beth.
No.
Yes. So Here's the thing.
Okay, you guys, be gentle.
I was determined to find a bed and breakfast with a first floor room for Beth's mom.
We were taking my parents with us to give them a trip.
Because she's got limited mobility. And I found
And she's in a wheelchair
bed
right
and
now.
breakfast on the list for Galena that had the first floor, and it was highly rated, so I snagged it. And then I didn't think anything of it other than Beth's mom then got hurt. She hurt her foot and was not able to go on the trip. So it was just Beth and I. And so we're driving there. This is how laid back I was about this trip. I'm like, you know what? Where's he going to pack?
Okay,
We'll
wait.
go up there.
Do I get some credit for being laid back? I'm driving down the road, and I'm like, honey, why don't you put it in the directions so we know how far from the bed and breakfast we are? He's like, okay, let me look it up. He looks it up. He gets really quiet. And I'm like, normally this does not take that long.
To your car.
I just need to tell them how I was feeling at this point. It seems
They don't know
suspect.
what it was you were
Okay,
feeling or why you were feeling. So it turns out that the bed and breakfast was actually in Dubuque, which is 30 minutes away from Galena. And not in Iowa, Dubuque, Iowa, rather than Galena, Illinois. And I was just confounded about how that could have happened. And it turns out when you Google bed and breakfast in Galena, they also show the ones in Dubuque. So Beth was a saint about it. She's an absolute saint. She said, maybe there's a reason why this is supposed to work this way. Maybe we'll like staying in Dubuque better.
Well, can I tell you what I was really thinking? Thank goodness my parents aren't here. Come to this weekend in Galena.
And stay in Dubuque.
We're going to do a bait and switch and stay in Dubuque. So first of all, I was like, well, it's good they're not here because that's not what we told them we were doing. And then I was thinking, oh my gosh, I hope he's okay. What's happening that he doesn't know what town your eyebrows are raising? I was thinking that. And then I was thinking, it's his birthday weekend. We can't let it get ruined. And so I started praying, God, how can I respond lovingly and not show my disappointment? I thought we were going to stay in a house right by the shops, and we were going to the farmer's market. We had all this stuff planned. And I was kind of disappointed. We weren't staying where we thought we were staying. So I lovingly said, maybe God had a different plan for us, and we're supposed to stay in this other town for some reason.
Right.
But
now I'll tell the rest of the story. So she was an absolute saint about it. She really was, through the power of the Holy Spirit, I think. So then we get to Galena, and it is a mob scene. It's absolutely packed. We had to drive around for 20 minutes just to find a parking space. And the shops were really crowded. And I finally, we asked one of the ladies, behind the cash register. She said, well, the thing is, we have a massive Halloween parade tomorrow night, and people are coming into town for it, and honestly, it's going to be a madhouse.
There's going to be 10,000 people here. You won't be able to park anywhere. Everything closes down. And we were like, oh, that isn't what we signed up for.
I said, you know what? Let's go to Dubuque. It'll be better to be there. So, yeah, we're just not into big crowds and, fighting crowds and fighting for parking spaces and all that. We'd rather just be more laid back. So it turned out, going over to Dubuque, it was beautiful. Beautiful Victorian house.
Things were better in
way up on the
Dubuque.
bluff. We could see the entire river valley with the changing leaves. It was absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah.
Okay, but Steve swore me to secrecy. He said, you must never tell anyone that I got a bed and breakfast in the wrong town and didn't know it. So, you guys, this is between us and you, okay? Mom is the word.
I decided I'll just own it because things happen, so what the heck? So, anyway, yeah, it ended up being fun. So, it turns out that the next morning we got up and we walked 4 blocks down the hill, and there was a farmer's market in Dubuque, and it was wonderful.
Which is what we had wanted to do in
And then
Galena.
Beth had suggested, I'd never been to the Field of Dreams. If you've seen the movie with Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams, with the famous line everybody in Iowa knows, "This is it heaven? No, this is Iowa." They have the site where they filmed the movie and carved the baseball field into the corn. So Beth said, why don't we go there? You've never been there. I said, oh, all right, that sounds mildly interesting. So we got there, and it was mildly interesting. And I said, Beth, let me pitch this softball to you on the Field of Dreams,
Okay.
and we'll see if you can hit it.
Can we take a short break, Steve, and catch up with me?
Sure.
Okay, so this was the Humble Home Punch Heart. So we have everything on the inside. Then on the outside, we moved to the 3 1/4 by 4. These two are the same size. And this I embossed with that snowflake sky embossing folder. Can you see it on the, look, isn't that pretty? It's like it's snowing, yay.
Like pebbles.
And then 3 by 3, real red. I'm popping that up on dimensionals. And the next one is 2 3/4 of the DSP. Again, using the polka dots instead of the plaid. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the layers of circles I talked about earlier in the house and the sentiment. So I'll just keep going. Okay. Thanks, honey.
Okay. And then
Let me know if you have questions. Tony, you weren't supposed to be on tonight.
and there's the red circle. So we had the Field of Dreams, and I'm going to pitch to Beth, and she does actually hit the ball.
I hit the ball. Can you guys believe it? It was a softball, to be clear.
And to be honest, I was actually shocked because she's not a ball person.
Wait. You were shocked?
Yeah, I just didn't know that you were going to be able to hit it, and you did. So
you have so little faith.
So anyway, then it just so happened that there were 2 different FFA clubs from Sioux City
The kids knew each other.
that were there, and one of the girls yelled out and said, "Will you pitch to me?" And I said, "Sure." And so next thing I know, there's probably, I don't know, 10 kids that all want to be pitched to. And at first, they'll hit the ball, and I'm having to run out and get the ball.
Yeah, so
and come
he's
back in.
the pitcher, he's the outfielder, he's all the things, and I was trying to catch. And finally I said to the kids, hey, there's gloves. Who wants to be in the outfield? Thinking, Steve can't do all these things, right?
Yeah, so it was a nice cool day, but I was sweating. So I ended up pitching to these kids for like
an hour.
And, but, that ended up being the funnest part of the trip.
And
honestly.
some of the kids, they're like, I wonder how much this guy gets paid. And their teacher was like, what are you talking about? They thought Steve worked at the Field of Dreams. Like he just pitched all day to people to help them have a lovely time.
Yeah. So I told Beth, here's the thing. If I actually did work there and got paid to pitch, it would make me a professional baseball player. And that would have been great.
So I gave him some money, and he's now a pro.
Yeah.
So
there you go. So Field of Dreams was awesome. We also went to a beautiful winery in the hills by Dubuque.
Do you remember what it's called?
Had lunch. Park Farm Winery is what it was called. And we had a picnic lunch with us. And we got to sit out. And it was one of those where, right on the bluff, so you could see all the beautiful leaves of all the different colors. And so that was a wonderful picnic. Then we stopped by Sundown Ski Resort. So this is an Iowa ski resort. And so
we grew up in Davenport, an hour and a half or 2 hours south of Dubuque?
Yes.
But this is where we learned to ski. So, and we haven't been back there in a long time, 40, 50 years.
We decided just to walk down memory lane and go back to this place. And lo and behold, after we've been out to where Kathy lives and seen real ski resorts with, 3/4 of a mile-long runs, Sundown was really small.
Yeah.
And the runs were really short.
We thought it was amazing when we were kids, but it's pretty tiny.
Yeah. But
And the black diamond there that we thought we were so cool, it's like 30 feet long.
Yeah. So, but once again, the vista to see all the beautiful changing leaves was awesome. So we got some really good pictures there. Beth actually did a Facebook Live. So if you go on her Facebook page.
On Beth McCullough, on my private page.
You can see
the pretty leaves. Yeah, it was fun. Oh, this isn't going to stick. Do you ever have a mini Stampin' Dimensional that, I'm going to have
goes on strike?
Yeah. So I like to mention on all of this, do you have any questions about anything I've done? Do you want to catch up with me again, Steve?
I already caught up with you, I think.
You caught up with me? You're all the way at the end. So again, this sentiment is not from a humble home. It is from Decorative Trees. but most everything else is from Humble Home. And I really, really love this DSP. So yeah, this one is not going on.
Kathy.
What did Kathy say?
You actually have ski resorts in Iowa? Well, we call them that. They're not. They're like more like bunny hills, you know.
Yeah.
And but that's where we learned to ski, and or what we called skiing back then.
Are you going to talk about your first day of skiing, or do they have to watch my Facebook Live?
They have to. Yeah, that's a little bit too much.
Too much humbleness.
Self-deprivation for me on one
this
video.
set is called Humble Home, so we're being humbled tonight, right, Steve?
I've definitely been humbled. So anyway, it was a wonderful trip. We loved it. So
and we were happy that we went to Dubuque and
So-
spent more time in Dubuque than Galena. I'm
going to tell Jasmine that our son and daughter-in-law and grandson James are in Ventura Beach right now, and in California, and having a great time. We've gotten lots of videos, and it's wonderful. So they're out in your neck of the woods.
Okay, so here's the differences, folks. We have plaid, number 1, polka dots, number 2. Can you vote and tell me which one you like better? This one is wider, but the flap covers some of the red, and so that's why I did it over thinner on this one. On this one, I moved the sentiment over a little bit and put a peppermint by the May Your Days Be Merry too. Otherwise, they're exactly the same. So plaid number 1, polka dot number 2. And do you care if it's thick or thin? Maybe it makes absolutely no difference. Maybe you care more what color the DSP is.
So
But
while I'm chatting with my new friend Jasmine, please re-input into the comments to register for the drawing. It's hashtag Prize Patrol. If you look at what some other people have put in there, that's how you're supposed to type it in order to be in the drawing. It's hashtag Prize Patrol, all smushed together, and no capitals.
it looks like almost everyone likes the plaid better. You know, I did in one of the places, well, in Galena, we sat down in a restaurant for a while, and all the young 30-something moms that were there on a girls' trip, they all had on plaid flannel shirts. So I told Steve, plaid is very trendy right now.
It must be in.
So yes. And tonight it looks like most people like the plaid better. Okay, Bev likes the plaid paper better, but you like the skinnier, yeah. You know, I'm on the fence too, Bev. I actually like both of them. But, yeah. It's just when I make a card a second time, I try to see, oh, what would I have done different? Hey, Elizabeth and Vista, thank you. Vesta, thanks everyone for coming. Are you ready to do the drawing,
Let's do the
Steve?
drawing. It's about time, right?
It is about time. How many of you are going to On Stage? We sign up pretty soon. It would be fun to see you there.
Okay, we're about to draw.
25 people tonight.
Lots of people signed up. Here we go.
Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We are here every Tuesday night at 7. We would love to have you come back. And tell me, Orly, yay, congratulations. Let me know which card you want, Orly. And I will get that out to you. And again, the winner of last week's card from the YouTube comments was Levon, Smejkal, Smeckle, or something like that. So get a hold of me. You guys have a great week. Be blessed. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Is it over? What happened?
It's still ending.
It's still ending. It's
still
not
ending.
over.
This is like the after show.
What should we talk